we got to take the 316 to the next job, probably the final job for the year. It's like November, I don't know, week before Thanksgiving. So I think it's definitely gonna be the final job of the year. Kind of finishing up a little earlier, but it's the only job I got left. Oh. Gotta take it to a little clearing and driveway job. And then I have one other little job that the dozer's on. I'm finished grading around that pole barn pad and stuff we did. But man, year of excavation is about over. Another kind of highlight, I guess, today I could tell you is finally paying the dozer off. I've been wanting to pay it off for the last two seasons. I always say November, when I have money, I'm gonna pay it off. Then I always end up spending it. So we're gonna get that sucker knocked out, which ain't no big deal. It was 0% interest, so that's the only piece of equipment I had a loan on, and like I said, that was 0% interest, so it didn't really matter. So I figured before I go into winter and just destroy my nest egg, throw it towards that, get that done. Yep, get this thing moved, take you guys to this next job, show you what's up. Hey, you might as well hit the like and subscribe button, and then check out shoporschellx.com. I got some new apparel coming on there soon. Got the central boiler fired up yesterday. Takes a little bit for it to bleed through the system. Let's go. Let's get this thing moved. We got Hammer coming. Where we're at, it's kind of down a hill on a turn, and it's always good to have him do traffic. Got all the front of my shop dug out here. I got pipe in here with loose gravel, and from washing dump truck and all that stuff, it fills it up and gets plugged up, starts backing up. So gotta haul me a couple loads of the wash stuff or clean stuff for here. Then I'm gonna build today. I'm gonna go get a couple loads and build a little pad back there so I can get this back there and be more level when I load up. Try to keep the mud out of this area. That's a problem with having equipment where you live, man. There's always tracking mud everywhere. And of course, like every year, this is my project, and I am gonna get it done this year. 100%. Get it done, get the plywood up, get everything organized, get some of these tables out here, my catch-alls, get all my posters and stuff up, clean that other side. Go check out the, show you the boiler. So every year when I fire this thing up, I have to bleed the air out of it, which I got automatic bleeders on it. For some reason, in my basement, I got them old school radiators, the iron ones or whatever. Those always take forever to bleed, so I got to shut the water off here to build back pressure to push it through the little bleed valve. So last year they bled themselves. Got to give it a little help this year. Look, I made this thing official. It's part of the YouTube family. Here's my pile of wood. You wouldn't believe, like, man, that stuff, that was all good last year, and it's already going to crap, man. The wood and the elements, man, it doesn't last long, especially that maple. That maple don't even hardly last a year. But all throughout the year, I just throw all my Hammer's Dead Soldier. Throughout the year, I just throw all my junk here and my old septic things, cut that up, throw it, burn it. I burn everything throughout the year. There's the pile of wood I got from the couple clearing jobs we did this year. I still got a bunch of wood back there, but man, that's all big stuff. It's probably ain't worth the crap. I was thinking the other day of pushing it down the valley and just burning it. But that pile of wood's going pretty quick. Fortunately, my brother-in-law does tree work, and he brings me quite a bit of wood too. So that's always good. What the heck's it gonna rain? Well, Hammer should be here any minute. We'll get this thing loaded up, and man, it is getting dark. I'm sure it's gonna rain. It is so much nicer when you come into a shop and it's all nice and clean. Need to get my bikes washed up. put a cover on them or something. But I turned this on today, my heat and my floor. I usually let that heat up and heat my house for a day, and now I got this system going. Right here's the thermostat for that. Got on 62, heck, it's already up to 61. It was 58 when I started. If you try putting everything on at one time, it just kills the stove. So I let the stove heat the house and build that up for one day, and then I cut this on and let it heat this up. Well, another thing I got going on, fam, I'm kind of on the fence. I was thinking of selling the 316 and buying a 315, the newer one. I don't know. Cat came out and did an undercarriage inspection on that. It needs an undercarriage. So I don't know. I don't know to keep that. It's got the brand new motor on. I put the thumb on it. So if I bought it, and it's got the 3 buckets. If I bought a 315, then I'd have to do all that stuff to it. So I'd probably be 30-40 grand more, which I got priced on an undercarriage. I can do a complete undercarriage for $8,700 minus the pads. The pads are like 70% yet, they said, but the chains are like 95% wore out, and the rollers and all that was like 45%. I'm gonna do everything except the pads. So kind of my dilemma: sell it how it is or put that stuff on. It's got 4,600 hours, but it's only got 200 hours on the new motor. So if I put new undercarriage on it, I was just thinking 315, something a little smaller. I could get in and out a little easier, and I could, if I did septics, I could use that for the septics. The last 2 septics I took this on, that made a heck of a difference, especially setting the tanks, and I actually dug the field with one of them. It's kind of a game changer. Just mobilization, this bigger stuff takes more time. Another guy, I mean the equipment hauler, I can just throw it on there and go. So we'll see. I don't know. I can't ever save any money. I'm always thinking of ways to spend it. That's how it always is. Like, you suffer through the winter or summer, sweating your guts out, doing whatever, which I didn't do that too much this year because I only did 3 septics, so it wasn't that bad. Then you get a little cushion, get into winter time, it's like, man, how can I spend this? That's how we are, you know. That's what drives us. Have the money in the bank or have a cool ass piece of equipment sitting here. I always choose equipment. Let's go. That last job we were on, that big walking trail, I don't know, I'll probably put this up before that, but man, we run the heck out of this dump truck. I think we hauled 40 some loads, man, nonstop. I need to get that thing in, wash it up. I always like to wash the brakes out and get all that brake dust out of them, and then grease the U-joints and all that stuff. You gotta take care of equipment. There's always something in this business, always something to do. Got that mark painted there, so I know where to stop at. That's like the perfect spot. I'm gonna cut a little pocket out here so my bucket could get down there further. Keep that down. The other day I had it where this was flat, and I've had wires already slide against that. Hammer said that I got close to a bridge. It always looks closer, but the other day I was bringing my Mini home from that cattail job. In the route that I take, man, there's a notorious low bridge, and I had my boom up kind of high because I was trying to hold that bucket down, and man, it bumped my top of my boom. I got super lucky. Hey, if it can happen, it will. And like I said too, like, there's always something to do in this business. That is true, but that's what I live for. I mean, if I wasn't doing this type of stuff, like I said before, this is kind of my new racing. I mean, like, before, my passion was dirt bikes, moto, and I've always had a passion for heavy equipment. I mean, I got pictures. It was funny. I went to my cousin's birthday the other day. My uncle, back then, everybody took pictures. My uncle had all these pictures on the board. And of course, he had a dump trucking business. And there was pictures of me by his dump truck. And then there was pictures, for some reason, there was a 450 case dozer at my house, and I was on that. There was always, when I was a kid, there was always equipment around. I was just fascinated by it, going down the road, seeing it, always. So getting back to it, this is my passion now. So if I'm involved doing stuff like that, it's not a big deal. Like I said, the undercarriage, $8,700. That's kind of enjoy. I mean, it ain't like a pain to spend that kind of money. It's just, I enjoy the shit out of it. So I don't know. It is work, but I guess it's all how you perceive it and how you take it on. And a lot of times, like, I get mad, not mad, but frustrated. Like, I was just driving past, and my neighbor's kind of this hillbilly up the road, and he does some excavation and stuff. And I guess he bought a dozer. It was a dozer on his flat drag this morning, and he just has a mini and stuff like that. And like, here we go. And the big thing is, like, when you don't get the jobs, it kind of makes you like, because I just love doing it. You know what I mean? The money's great. Yeah, I love the money. But man, I just love doing the work and love having a place to take this stuff and run it. You know, people are paying me to go to their property and run this equipment. There's a lot of responsibility getting this to and from and everything. But man, when I'm there and can just be pushing on my dozer running this, that's my happy place. And you know, and if you guys are watching this channel too, you're the same thing. We're cut from the same cloth. So you know what I'm talking about. When that dirt's perfect, you're pushing it, you're cutting it, and it's just everything's flowing. It's the to and from, and the repairs on the dump truck, the tires, the brakes, and that's just all the stuff that's kind of like getting injured when you're a racer or something, to get to and from the job. But it's in my blood. I love it. It's what we do. It's what we're made of. Excavation's not what I do. It's who I am. Let's go. I don't know what it is. I can never find matching gloves. I just told you guys that I was slow. This was last, well, not slow, but it is the time of year. I just had 2 calls for work loading this up. It's weird. Put the tag down. This is our situation. Let's get her unloaded. Let's see how far we are from the drive here. We're not bad. Track's full of mud. You always got the chance of sliding. Next victim, fam. This is the kind of jobs that I absolutely love. Clearing, some grading, and then installing a road here. It's gonna be awesome. Yeah, so here's the next job. Driveway, clear all this in the area, clear that, maybe put a road down, get this tree out of the way. I don't want to get too in depth what I'm going to do here. You're just going to have to like and subscribe so you don't miss it. Let's get the dump truck and drag back to the house and then see what's going on. Man, for some reason I think my gauge is bad. on the truck, because we just had a bunch of work done. It says it's hot, but the fan's not kicking in. I don't know. Have to figure that out too. Just got out of the shop for that. So yeah, subscribe guys and find out what this thing's gonna look like.